there, thanks for joining me to color. Today we're going to be working on this adorable Stampin' Bella image called the Stuffie Gang. Aren't they cute, going out for a little parade? I will put a link down in the description box to the card kit and all the supplies I used. I would love for you to come shopping with me. If you have a question, leave me a comment and I'll make sure to get back to you. Otherwise, I have already stamped my image on Nina 80-pound Solar White cardstock with Memento Tuxedo Black ink. So let's color. All right, so let's give these little guys a background. For that, we're going to use bead 000, 000, 00, and our colorless blender. I'm going to start with bead 000. And I'm going to start right here above the little bear's leg. I'm just going to touch down right next to him, and then I'm going to flick away from him. I'm going to try not to get that stick. And we'll go up here. And we'll go around this stick. And I want to go up and around his head. Let's go a little bit more up here above the stick. And then we'll come down here. And we'll do this side. And we're going to do a little bit in between these little guys there. And then for the pig, let's go ahead and brush away from him. And down the other side of our owl. Okay. Then we're going to grab B000 and we're going to add that. So let's do right here. And I want to go up over his hand. And then I'm going to do a little dab above his ear. And then under his ear, in between the little pig. And we'll get between these guys. And then for the little owl, I'm going to go around his arm, or his wing. And then we'll do a little dab in between the pig and the little owl. And then we'll do a little bit underneath these guys. I'm not going all the way around this time. I'm trying something new. Then we're going to go with B00. And for that, again, we're just going to add a little bit more dark. So let's do right in here. And maybe underneath this little guy. And let's do a little dab right next to this guy's wing. And a little bit in this little crease. Okay. Then I'm going to take my colorless blender and I'm just going to go over the top of that. So I'm going to place my pen on top of my people or my little animals, and I'm going to swish out past all three. And this will work best if your pen is full. That way it won't drag. Mine just kind of glides along on top of the paper. And then I'm going to grab B000. And I want to go over this whole thing again. And then I'm going to do a second coat of my colorless blender. So again, I'm just going to wipe right over the top of all three of those colors. And then later, I went and put some clouds up with some tumbled glass distress ink above up here around the balloon and up here. And there's a cloud template on the sidebar of the store blog if you'd like to download that and use that to make some clouds on your background. Let's work on the grass next. For that, we're going to use G94, 24, 43, and 20. And we're going to start with our G94. And for that, I want to just go underneath these little grass that's already drawn here for me. And I'm going to try to go close to the little bear's foot. And then all these grass little dots or lines here, I'm going to go over those. And I'm not being too precise, I'm just doing some swishes right through those. And then we're going to add G24. And then I'll add G43. And then G20. And then I'm going to go back with a second coat of G94. Let's hop up here and do this balloon. For that, we're going to use B52, 41, G12, YG41, B000, and YG11. And we're going to start with our B52. And for that, we're going to start right here at the little lines that are already on here. And I'm going to brush that down and around. And let's see if we can get a little closer. So I'm going to brush it out just a little bit more. And then I'm going to add B41. And then we're going to add G12. And for that, we're going to go on this side. So let's go like this. And then I'm going to pull this side out just a little bit further. And then I'm going to add YG41. Next, we're going to add B000. and then YG11. And then we're going to give it a second coat. So let's go with B52. B41. G12. YG41. B000. And then YG11. And then later I went and put some Wink Estella brush in the clear over the top of that so it was all sparkly. Let's do the little pig next. For that we're going to use R30, R00, E00, and W0. I'm going to start with my R30. And let's start down here on his foot. And we'll do the same thing on this side. I tried to leave a little bit of white on the edges here on the inside. And let's do the same thing up here for his ear. And let's go up a little bit on this one. And then over here on this one, a little dab here in the middle. And then I'm going to go underneath of his arm and under his face. And I didn't worry about this little bow. I just colored right over the top of that. And let's do a little bit here on the sides and up from his bottom. A little bit here on the edge. And then for his face, we're going to go right around the outside. Then we're going to add R00. And I'm going to color his nose in. Then I'm going to add E00. And I'm going to go over my entire pig. Then I'm going to add W0. And I'm going to add that right over where I added my R30. For his hat, I'm going to use B97, and I'm going to try not to color those little dots. I just want to color the inside of the hat. And later I'm going to, again, go over those little dots with my Spica Clear Glitter, or my Wink of Stella glitter pen. So they have some shine. And then for this little pom-pom up here, I'm going to do B000. Oh, sorry. That was B97 for the hat. For the little pom-pom here, we're going to use B000 and YG11. So I'm going to start with my B000. I'm just going to give it a little dab on this side. And then take my YG11 and go a little bit on that side. I think I'll add just a little bit more of my blue over here. Our cute little owl friend, let's do the black. So we're going to use W7, 5, and 3. I'm going to start with the W7. And let's do that right here on this little wing right here, or the side of his body. You can see just a little dab of it there. And then I'm going to put a little bit right here in the crook of his neck. And then for his wing, I'm going to go right along the bottom. And then he's got a couple of little lines right here on his neck. So I'm going to go ahead and exaggerate those a little bit. And then for this wing, let's go right along the bottom of this one and up a couple little swirls. And then for his ear, or the top of his head, let's do right here and then along the edge of his head. That. Then we're going to add W5. So I just want to soften the edge of that W7. And then we'll add W3. And then for the white parts of his body, we're going to use W1, 0, and 00. So I'm going to start with my W1. And let's do a little bit on the bottom there. And then he's got these little stripes or little lines right here. I'm going to color those. And then for his little belly, let's go and leave a little bit of white on the edge. Let's bring this over just a little bit more. That. And then for his face, let's go right along the edge of that. And then around over here. And his neck. Then I want to add W0. I'm going to go ahead and fill those little wings in. And for his face, you just want to soften the edge of that W1. And then we want to fill it in with our W00. For his beak, we're going to use Y35 and his feet. So So nothing fancy with that. I'm just going to color those in. They're kind of dinky, so be careful. Nice little beak. And then I'm going to give a couple of little cheeks with R30. This cute little bear over here, we're going to use E70, W1, 0, and 00. And we're going to start with our E70. Let's see here. Let's do a little dab up here on his ears. And then I want to come away from this side of his face. And then we want to do this here. And that'll cover up that blue I put on there, right there. And then we're going to come up over here and go away from his face, the edge of his face. And let's bring this over like that. Okay, and then for his little hand down here. And then I want to go down this thumb. And we're going to brush up from the bottom of his arm. And then let's get his foot down here. This foot. And for his little arm here, let's do a little bit here. And then for his belly, then we're going to grab W1. And I'm going to go right over the top of my E70. And I want to go just a little bit past. Then we're going to add W0. And then we're going to go over the entire thing with W00. And don't worry if you get some on his little nose there, because we are going to color that in. For his nose, we're going to use W7 and W5, and then for inside his ears, we're going to use R00. And we're going to start with our W7. There's for his little nose. And let's see here. I'm going to leave a little bit of white on the outside. Hopefully. And then I'm going to do W5. And we're going to fill in that little white that we left on the outside. And if you can try to leave a little white line there. I didn't manage that on the first card, so I went ahead and filled it all the way in. And then I did my white Sharpie paint pen and just gave him a couple of little dots on there. So if you fill it in, don't worry. And then next we're going to do the inside of his ears with R00. Nothing too fancy. Just fill those right in. Alright, so for his flag, we're going to use E43 to fill in the pole. And I didn't do anything spectacular. I'm just going to fill it in. It's kind of small. And then for the flag up here, we're going to use Y19, 8, 4, and 11. And we're going to start with our Y19. And I'm going to color in the back of the flag right here. And then I'm going to brush away from this curve. And then the same thing for this little points down here. Out just a little bit. Then I want to add Y08. Y04. And Y11. Then I'm going to grab my Y19 and just give that a second coat. So there is the Stuffie gang all colored up. Aren't they just too cute? And then again, here's my finished card. So on my finished card, I have again added some Spica glitter pen to the little string here for the balloon. And then I did my Wink of Stella brush pen and clear on this balloon and on the little flag. And then my Sharpie white paint pen I did on his nose right here, so where I didn't make the little dot, I had to cheat and give him a little white dot there. Then everything on the card is flat except for this little sentiment, and the sentiment comes with the stamp, so that's really cool. And I used some embossing powder to emboss mine, and so it's all nice and shiny and raised up. And then again, I think maybe you can see the clouds up here I added with the template on the side of the store blog there with the tumbled glass distress ink. And I do have a video in the how-to section on how to do those clouds if you would like to try them out. So I hope you had fun coloring with me today. If you have a question, leave me a comment and I will make sure to get back to you. Otherwise, I hope you're having a great day and we'll see you next time. Bye.